Hi yogi friends, and welcome to another Storytime Yoga. I'm so excited to see all of you today. We will be reading Baby Wren and the Great Gift by Sally Lloyd-Jones, illustrated by Jen Carras. You see the little bird? That's what we're going to read today. So actually, you know what? Before we get started, let's sit crisscross yogi sauce with our legs, and let's rub our hands, make them really nice and warm. Rub, 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 rub. And place them gently in front of your eyes and take a big breath in through your nose and a big breath out your mouth. You relax your hands in your lap so we can turn on our ears. Click, 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 click. Oh, well done. Sounds like your ears are ready for story time. Baby Wren and the Great Gift. In the narrow crevice of a giant rock face in a great wide canyon, a baby inside her tiny nest peeped out. Can you see her tiny brown nest? The baby was little and brown and a wren, and she watched in the air from her nest in the sky. So we're gonna make a nest. So we're gonna sit crisscross yogi sauce with our nest. And we're gonna reach, and gather some twigs. And we're gonna reach, and grab some leaves. And we're gonna reach up super tall and grab some string and some fluff, and we're gonna bring it all the way down into our nest. And then we're gonna slowly climb up and fix our nest. Oh no, that is a proper nest. Do you have any bird nests in your trees? Since spring is here, I bet our birds are building nests. And the world was filled with such wonderfulness. Monarchs in the milkweed, breezes in the switchgrass, and a glittering river that ran on. The baby hopped out onto the ledge. Just then, a flash of blue. Do you see the orange monarch butterfly? And do you see the tail of something blue? What is that? A kingfisher dived down into the river and came up and out with a fish. "Oh," said the tiny wren, "how wonderful." Come fishing with me," the kingfisher said. "But I can't dive," said the baby. The kingfisher flew low over the water and away. "Why aren't I a kingfisher?" wondered the baby. "So I could fish too." Let's come into our kingfisher pose. So we're gonna come up onto our knees, and we're gonna bring one foot and put it flat on the ground. Take our arms out wide and give ourselves a big hug. We're gonna make our beak. And this is our kingfisher beak. Beep, 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 beep. And then we're gonna switch to the other side. So bring your other knee up and have one knee touching the ground and one leg up. And then give yourself a big nice hug and chirp, chirp, chirp on the other side. Chirp, 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 chirp. And you know what? The kingfisher, he dove down into the water and he grabbed a fish. So for our fish, we're gonna bring our feet out straight in front of us, and we're gonna lower ourselves back so the backs of our arms, our elbow, and our wrist are touching the ground, just like this. And we're gonna take our eyes and we're gonna look behind us and point our toes for our fish pose. And then bring your head back up, looking forward, and slowly push your body up using your hands to come out of fish pose. Oh, I wonder who the baby wren's gonna meet next. But no one answered. Monarchs played in the milkweed. See the orange butterflies? A breeze rustled in the switchgrass, and the glittering river ran on. The baby crept along the wall. Just then, some ringtail cat scampered up the rock face. Do you see the ringtail? You see it black and white on his tail? They did cartwheels on their ringtails. "Oh," said the tiny wren, "how wonderful." "Do cartwheels with us," they said. "But I don't have a ringtail," the baby said. The ringtailed cats cartwheeled together up the rocky face, and away they went. Why aren't I a ringtail cat? The baby wondered. So I could do cartwheels too. Let's come into our ringtail cat pose. So we're going to come to our hands and our knees, placing both hands on the floor, knees and the tops of your feet on the floor. Take your eyes and look to your belly button and push your back up to the sky. And you can say meow, 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 meow. And then bring our head back up. And they have long tails, so we're going to reach our tail way back behind us and give it a little shake. And then let's try to reach our tail out again, switching sides, and get that tail a shake. Shake, 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 and resting your tail down. Let's see who the baby wren met next. But no one answered. Monarchs played in the milkweed, a breeze rustled in the switchgrass, and the glittering river ran on. Just then, some sunfish splashed around and around in the water. Do you see the big fish swimming down beneath in the water? Oh, said the tiny wren, how wonderful! Come and splash with us, they said. Oh, but I can't, said the baby wren. The sunfish dropped back into the deep, dark water. Why aren't I a sunfish? The baby wondered. So I could swim and splash too. Let's see. Do you remember our fish pose we did? We brought our feet out long and strong in front of us, and then we slowly lowered our elbows down to the ground, and we took our eyes and looked behind us into our fish pose. Then bringing our head back to look at our toes, and then using your hands to push your body out to come out of our fish. Oh, but no one answered. Monarchs played in the milkweed, a breeze rustled in the switchgrass, and the glittering river ran on. Just then the winds picked up and a great storm blew into the canyon. The baby hopped back to the ledge. High above her, two eagles circled in the sky. So we're going to make a little rainstorm. So we're going to start really, really small. So can you rub your fingers together? Or if you can snap, you can snap. Just a gentle pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter. And you know what? The storm got bigger and the rain got heavier. And so our rain got nice and heavy. Can you tap on your knees? Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and then the thunder came. So we're going to stomp our feet and we can stop, 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 stop. And then it started lightning, clap, clap. Oh my goodness, what a big storm it was. And the wind's blowing. Take a big breath in through your nose, bring your arms up and blow like the wind. And then the rain started to get lighter. The lightning went away. The thunder rested. And we were left with just a gentle pitter patter. And then the rain stopped. Let's see. Oh, said the wren, how wonderful. Come and see the thunderclouds, they said. But the storm is too big for me, said the baby. The eagle soared higher and higher away. Why aren't I a brave eagle, the baby wondered, so I could fly into the stormy sky? Why can I do that? What can I do that's wonderful? She asked. So let's come into our eagle pose. So we're going to stand up tall on our mats or on the floor. And we're going to pretend that we're sitting in a chair. And we're going to take one leg and we're going to cross it over just like that. And you can have both of your toes resting on the ground. If you want a challenge, you can lift your leg that's on top, the foot off the ground, and you can even wrap it around the back of your standing leg. And you can bring your hands to your heart, or you can reach your arms out tall. Nice work. We're gonna unwrap our legs. And let's try on the other side. So bend, reach one arm around, one leg around, and then you can bring your eagle wings out and you can sway your eagle wings. And then fly back down to your place. And just then the sun painted the whole canyon pink. The tiny fairy bird sat very still and very quiet and looked and looked and looked. And what she saw couldn't fit inside her. It bumped up into her heart. It dazzled in her eyes. It pushed on her throat until, with tiny trembling bird, with all her tiny might, sang by herself a song. You see the river that winds on and the beautiful pink in the sky? For all of the sky and shining sun, for milkweed monarchs and rivers that run, for kingfishers, sunfish, ringtail cats, for eagles and thunderclouds and storms blowing through, and that I'm here too. Thank you. What a beautiful song she sang. And her bright carol reached down to the river and leaped off the cliff walls and soared into the sky. You are only little, called the eagles, but your song is bigger than the whole canyon. How wonderful. Look at all the amazing colors and the eagles soaring high in the sky. And the kingfisher dived and the ringtail cats climbed and the sunfish splashed and the eagles soared. And a little wren filled the air with singing. And the glittering river ran on. So to end our Storytime yoga, we're going to say crisscross your knees. We're going to rub our hands, make them really nice and warm, and touch them to our head. And we say, I am strong. Yes, strong, just like the baby wren. And rub our hands together. And we say, I am kind. Yes, just like the eagles. And we reach our arms out wide, as wide as we can. And we give ourselves a big hug. And we say, I am loved. And then we bring our hands together. We rub. And we bow and say, Namaste. Which means the light in me sees the light in you. I see you for who you are, and you see me for who I am. Thank you so much for joining me today for Storytime Yoga. My name is Miss Kate, and I'm with Nanda Yoga, Fort Worth's only children's yoga studio. So follow along with us, and we can't wait to see you for our next Storytime Yoga.